Chapter 6 The Rules of Yoshiwara. On the night I'd received a letter from Hayato telling me not to come back to Yoshiwara, I went against his wishes and rushed over to it. I tried not to garner any attention as I walked toward my destination. It took a while, but I finally arrived. "Oh, Miss Misao." I went inside Kikuya and Ihira looked at me, slightly astounded. Is Hayabusa here?" "He is, but..." Ihira paused before finishing a sentence. He stared at me and then started to speak again. "What in the world have you done to have the patrol squadron after you?" "Huh?" "They came to Kikuya with their supervisor asking for information about you." "I can't believe it. I have no intention of wringing it out of you, but if this causes any trouble for us, it will be a bit of a hassle." "I'm sorry. Could you just let me talk to Hayabusa for a little bit? I swear I won't cause you any more trouble." As I bowed my head politely, I pleaded with Ihira. He quickly sighed and came closer to me. "Lift your head up. I said I don't want any trouble, but it doesn't make sense how such a pure girl like you could be treated as a criminal." Well, like I said, I won't force you to tell me. I'll get Hayabusa, so please wait in that room." "Thank you so much." "Think nothing of it. Your smile is like a blossoming flower. It soothes my soul." It's a compliment. Please accept it gracefully." Ihira casually smiled and pounded his hand. "Someone escort this lady to a room." "Yes, sir." I heard tiny footsteps from further within Kikuya. A young child stood up and bowed his head to me. "She is here for Hayabusa. Please enjoy yourself." Thank you so much for all your kindness." "It's nothing." I was taken to a room and there I waited for Hayato. A number of people passed my door. I straightened myself up each time in case one of them was Hayato. Finally, I heard footsteps rushing closer. The door then flew open. "Misao!" "Oh, Hayato. Why did you come here? Didn't I forbid you to step foot in Yoshiwara?" He ran over to me as I was about to engulf me as he grabbed my shoulders. I was surprised at his menacing attitude. I'm sorry. Don't be mad. I missed you." I would say, I'm sorry. "I'm sorry." I looked downward and apologized. Hayato's grip on my shoulder started to loosen up. "No, I went too far. I was just worried about you." "Yeah, I know." He let out a sigh and loosened up his stance. "Misao, I'm sorry for yelling at you." "No, it's okay. It's because I went against your warning." "But why did you come here? I told you how dangerous it is right now. You paid money just to see me, didn't you?" "Well, I wanted to say that I did it because Hayato was a courtesan in the pleasure district, but I hesitated to finish my sentence even though that was the truth." "You shouldn't do things like this." "Why? All the other women do this." "Don't compare yourself with other women." "Why are you saying that? I'm an adult too, you know?" I hung my head sorrowfully. I didn't come here to say these things. I planned on telling Hayato the truth, no matter what. And yet, why did this have to be so tragic? "Misao, I know. You're already an adult and that's why you can't talk back to me." "What are you saying?" "You're charming and out of age. Sometimes the other courtesans talk about you here at Kikuya." "Oh, but that's... what happened?" "There's that old traitor, Genemon, right?" Oh, yeah, I remember. The people here at Kikuya mistook me for his daughter." "They mistook you for his daughter?" "Yeah." That's a funny misunderstanding. It's not funny. I wanted to tell them the truth, but couldn't find the right timing. It pained me because it felt like I was lying. You don't need to torture yourself over something like this. But while I can understand that, now I know that the courtesans are after you because they think you're rich. You need to be more careful so weird men don't go after you." "Could you tell them the truth?" "If I could, I would. But you're here visiting me. It doesn't matter why you came. No one would believe me even if I tried telling them. It will end with everyone thinking that I want to keep you all to myself." "That makes sense. You shouldn't be so relaxed. It's hard fixing lies once you've told them." "I guess that's how things are, but they say people naturally forget about them." "That's true, but the fastest solution would be to..." "What?" "No, never mind." Hayato suddenly frowned and shifted his eyes back and forth. I thought it was strange and tried to look him in the eye. Hayato? I said it's nothing, didn't I? He sounded extremely pouty and looked annoyed. I thought it was too cute. I moved myself into his field of vision and stared into his eyes again. He quickly turned away and I chased after him again. Let's stop playing around. But you won't look at me. Do you want me to? Yes, I do. Then I'll give you what you want. After following his face around, Hayato suddenly sandwiched my cheeks in his hands and looked into my eyes. My heart started beating and made a strange sound. Misao, should I continue telling you what I was saying? He whispered to me in a low voice, and the sweet scent of his breath tickled my cheek. I couldn't even look away. He was looking straight at me. I slowly nodded. I was about to say that if I slept with you right now, everyone would give up on you. Huh? It's strictly forbidden for other courtesans to touch a woman once she slept with someone. Therefore, if I sleep with you right now, I'll be able to have you all to myself. His eyes were passionate and wet. What the Hayato I knew and loved really standing in front of me right now? His captivating eyes were narrow, as if he was flirting with me. His lips opened up slightly and enticed me arousingly. I couldn't speak after he'd captured me. Did you think I was always going to act like your big brother? I've spent many years in the pleasure district. Unbeknownst to you, I've spent all this time selling my body. I've learned how to make a woman happy. The strict rules here have taught me how to survive and how to kill. No, I was scared. Even though I was scared and frightened, I found him alluring. As soon as my body froze, a strange warmth welled up inside of me. Misao, I was sure you would hate me if you saw me like this. I'm sure I've disappointed you and made you hate me. Why do you keep showing up in front of me despite all of that? His painful tone scourged my chest. The arousing charms from a man in the pleasure district were so agonizing. My eyes overflowed with tears and my vision was blurred. Do you show up in front of me to be seduced like this? The teardrops fell down my cheeks. He chased after them with his finger and wiped them away. He showed me his finger wet from my tears and licked it. He sucked on it. This man wasn't Hayato. This wasn't like him at all. My heart started to ache. Say something, Misao. If you don't, I'll just assume that you want to sleep with me. But, you don't have to say anything. You can go home if you want. No. Are you scared of me? It's okay if you're scared. All the men here are frightening. They like incubi. Why? This isn't like you. Yes, it is. If you understand that, then don't come here ever again. No. No! You look so sad. That's not how you really feel. That's not how you really feel. First one. No, I won't do that. I shook my head. Hayato took his hand off my cheek and formed a fist. You really don't get it, do you? In the next moment, Hayato? He stood up, went away from me and sat by the window. Forget everything that just happened, Misao. What? When I'm with you, my past and present self get all jumbled up. I cherish you, but now that you've become an adult, no, it's nothing. Hayato began to smile awkwardly. It pained me to see him smile like that. I don't want to forget about that. I don't want to forget a single detail. Misao. He continued to smile awkwardly. He let out a deep breath as if he was letting go of his pent-up stress. He then looked at me and chuckled. I just can't win against you. Just like in the past, I can't win against you when you cry or assert yourself. I never thought you could influence me this much, even after I'd become a courtesan. That's not true. You're so good at manipulating me. Then I guess neither of us can win against the other. Yeah, that's probably it. I see. Hayato was silent for a moment and there was an awkward silence in the air. But he soon looked back over to me. You came here for a reason, right? You arrived right after I sent you that letter. I remembered why I'd come here. I'd completely forgotten about my main objective. Hayato needed to know the truth. That's why I rushed over here. There's something I have to tell you. Is it about those valuables? I held my breath after he guessed correctly. I prepared myself and then nodded. Tell me about it. I'll accept whatever you've done. Hayato left the window, came to my side, and sat down in front of me. Our eyes met. Thanks, Hayato. No problem. I'm here to protect you. I'll always keep you safe, no matter the situation. I was reminded of Hayato as a child. He said the same thing that he'd said in the past. He told me not to cry because he'd protect me, back then too. As he patted me, he spoke forcefully. He was so kind and strong. Talk to me. Yeah. I told Hayato about everything that had happened, about the eloping couple that I'd met, about how I'd helped them escape by boat, and how they'd given me a reward. Hayato just listened to me and didn't say anything in particular. I think they're both wonderful people. I felt guilty for disturbing them and wanted to help them out. For some reason, those feelings consumed me. That's just like you. You're not mad, Hayato? After listening to my story, Hayato smiled happily. There is no reason for me to be mad. A sin is a sin, but I can't judge you. Did I really do something bad? All I could think about at that time was the couple in front of me. It's a real problem. If a courtesan runs away, it's like a store losing its trade tools. I'm sure his owner is furious about him not paying off his debt. I wonder what happened to the woman's family. They've lost their daughter, so they might be depressed now. You're right. It's just like you said, I'm in big trouble. But that doesn't account for your feelings. If I were standing in front of that couple, I'm sure I'd forgotten about logic and helped them too. At that moment, it sounded like something small banged against the door. Who is it? Hayato raised his voice and quickly went over to the door. He swung it open, and standing there was Takao. Oh, you found me. What a coincidence. I was just passing by. Takao didn't act shy, nor did he try to change the subject. He just smiled. You didn't hear our conversation just now, did you? Well, just most of it. Huh? But you should whisper secrets softly into each other's ears, shouldn't you? My heart started to pound after realizing that he'd heard us. What was I going to do? I wasn't sure how things would turn out. Would everything be okay?